Dude,
Nick,
what's going on?
I don't know. You're in your fucking pajamas still.
You peeled me off the couch today, damn it.
Ugh.
I've been marathoning Demon Souls today. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Those new pants?
Nope.
They look cozy.
Thanks. I got them last Christmas.
No, you've washed them since?
Oh
yes.
yeah. So wow, From Software, one of my maybe not my favorite developers, but certainly a series that I personally follow, announced short time ago, Matt, that they're turning off the servers for Demon Souls. What does that mean?
Right. So here's like and this was a pretty good example. It's kind of like somebody telling you that, hey bud, you got a 36-page paper to do, and after about
February 28th, yeah.
nobody can help you with any of it.
Right.
So it's kind of like a group project, if you will.
It is.
Because it is an interactive. Right, they're shutting the servers down.
They're shutting the servers down. So yeah, I'm attempting to marathon complete Demon Souls in a month.
Because you just bought this game recently.
Yeah, about 2 months ago. I'm a big Souls fan. I always have been, but I started with Dark Souls, and Demon Souls, the precursor. I have to do it. So.
You just have to do it really fast.
I do, man. I know. The pressure's on. I'm going to...
Speaking of shit that can happen to you while you're in pajamas, right?
Dude, and playing video games, like I feel like swatting, became
Swatting's
prevalent.
A thing.
It is.
This is something that we've kind of watched progress and
we've talked about a
get
lot.
Worse. Well, yeah, actually we have. Not so much on here,
Sure.
but definitely over the last 4 or 5 years, I think we've probably had a couple of instances where we've seen that, we've heard of this and read about this and talked about this.
So I feel like there hasn't been a relevant story in quite some time, but this sure fits the bill.
Been a long time, and this one's being prosecuted. This is a full-fledged, we've got our policies in because the initial swatting cases that we read about, it was new, so they didn't really know what to do with it. So just to catch you up really quick, if you're unfamiliar with what swatting is, so it's not something you do to flies, but kind of it is, depending on what the fly is. The fly might be another online gamer. This is typically the term swatting.
It's the ultimate way to troll.
Right. So used to be when you were a munchkin and you wanted to play a prank on someone, you'd order a pizza to their house.
Hey,
now, with the advent of online gaming, you order a SWAT team to someone's house.
Holy shit. How do they do this? They usually call in like a bomb threat, something.
Right, they call in a bomb threat.
Usually there's a live stream going on that someone in the stream actually, it's like, all right.
And really, the people you're playing online with don't have to, your information's out there.
Oh, for sure.
Locating you, especially if you're an online gamer and you're actively logged in and things like that, it is super simple to pinpoint the fuck out of you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So this is a thing that happens, and so here we are.
This is crazy.
This is a story on fucking NPR, man.
Yeah,
this is not like the garbage bullshit that
we're
we
not
were pulling
messing
4 or
around
5
right
years
now.
ago. This is a real thing, America, world, people. So you're sitting there in your pajamas, just hanging out.
Dude.
SWAT team comes in and straight murders you.
Wow.
So
this guy went out. Anyway, let's just start
This isn't an anti-SWAT team thing. These guys are doing their damn job. Absolutely doing their job. No problem-ish stuff with this. So let's dig into it. This was on December 30th, this story posted. Tyler Barris, 25, suspected of phoning in a false 911 call that led to a police raid and the fatal shooting of a father of 2.
Ouch.
Was arrested Friday afternoon in South Los Angeles. A Los Angeles Police Department spokesman tells NPR. So like I was saying, swatting is the act of you're pranking a fellow online gamer, or even like it's cyberbullying kind of too. So
the prank began Thursday when a 911 operator in Wichita, Kansas received a call from a man who claimed he had shot his father and now was holding the rest of his family hostage. When police surrounded a house in the it was a valid Wichita address, the confused 28-year-old man, Andrew Fintz, stumbled out the front door, and then he was fatally shot. Holy shit, man.
So here you have a SWAT team showing up to a hostage situation. So these guys, from everything that I can see here, just in glancing it over, I don't really, and I'm not going to dig into, investigating further, but the reality is a SWAT team shows up to a hostage situation. They're
everything's up.
They're
here,
ready to
right?
go. They're ready to go.
Yeah. Yep.
The thing is, this is and this is this is a dangerous damn thing.
Absolutely.
The swatting stuff, because this is one of the first times that it's actually resulted in
death.
Yeah. There's been several times where people have been injured.
Yeah.
But what the whole point of the prank is, they can watch this happen to you.
Right, because it's a live
feed. They can watch the SWAT team bust in and tackle you.
Yep.
Okay, except in this case,
yeah,
right,
not so funny here.
No, innocent victim. Without the call, obviously they wouldn't be there, and they're saying they believe this is a case of swatting.
Mm-hmm.
An extreme practical joke that has made headlines in recent years.
Yeah.
Instigators call 911 operators within close proximity to their victims.
This happened, apparently, numerous gamers told the Wichita Eagle, that's hilarious, that this fallout was a dispute over Call of Duty. Isn't that sad?
It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son's really into Call of Duty.
Right, yeah.
There's
a lot of people that are.
Yeah. So
Demon Souls.
Right. Well, so hey, careful.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So this is terribly, terribly unfortunate, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So UMG Gaming, which runs tournaments of online video games, including Call of Duty, they said they told AP that they're doing everything they can to assist the authorities, because the thing is, the people calling these pranks in are able to use.
Right. This is a resource, absolutely. I mean, it's
Yeah. I mean, you can't track them. I mean, just as they can find you, they can disappear.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Well, so in other dark, fuck it, we're going dark on this stuff. Other dark, we'll get lighter here,
okay.
I think. Other dark stuff. Season 4 of Black Mirror premiered this last week.
So help me out here. I've seen an episode.
Okay, so Black Mirror is a series on Netflix, and the first few seasons were primarily like the actors, everything was kind of, in my mind, set in the future in Europe.
Okay, yeah,
because
I definitely
most of
got
the
the
actors,
European sense.
had very British accents. Definitely not American.
Sure,
it's definitely set in the not so far future, but definitely set in the future.
I've heard it's not something I have to watch in succession, right?
You don't. There are common themes that are tied throughout things, and certain little Easter eggs. Like there's a song that plays through all the seasons that you'll hear on radios and things like that.
Gotcha.
And there's even an American Idol-ish episode where that song is the one that's performed.
Oh, interesting.
There's shows too. There's a lot. It's got its own little universe, and there are common threads. But no, you could pick up and watch any episode on its own because the characters are all different every time.
That's good to know.
What it does is Black Mirror takes on technology as it is and as it could be, like in the future, and explores kind of the darker side of humanity and our interaction with technology.
Have you seen the vaping ads? Oh my god, dude!
Jesus!
Don't get hacked.
Oh my god! Don't vape.
Right?
Don't vape.
Yeah.
So Black Mirror does a great job of this. Love the series. So season 4 premiered. The second episode, it's like the second or third episode. I just watched it with my girlfriend. It's called Crocodile, and so Motherboard wrote had a pretty nice write up on it. The headline's Black Mirror made a murder thriller about overbearing licensing agreements. Okay, so I watched this one, and yes, at the base of it all,
it's a murder thriller about this.
Oh, it is a murder thriller, friend.
Wow.
Oh, don't believe me.
Okay,
it's a murder thriller for sure, but it is loosely. I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but
yeah, please.
But basically, the whole thing comes unhinged for one of the characters due to them just our attitudes about EULAs, okay? End user licensing agreements. They're so long, and God, everything we have in here has one, right? You just click through it just to get fucking through it so you can get to what you're trying to get to, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're running. You've clicked through them. We've all done this. It's not so much that the character clicked through, it's that the character didn't even bother to ask. The character just assumed, because of our attitudes towards these EULAs, that okay, I'll just click, okay, there's nothing to be done. Very, very good episode for me. I haven't watched the entire season yet, but it's definitely worth checking out. A lot of people are talking about it because there's some pretty the victims are wide spanning.
Cool.
Very interesting. Check it out if you hadn't. The licensing agreement thing, it is kind of, if you after you watch it.
You showed me this link and I got a chuckle, and like it really makes me want to watch the episode. So
right, so it's a great episode. Gets my my seal of approval. So we're gonna transition from this to well, are we gonna?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't be an episode of Horseman is Unlimited without some sort of porn news, right? Some sort of sexy weird shit.
You know, we find an interesting one every week, and I feel like that's the only reason.
Every damn week. That's why, because it's easy.
Right.
It's easy. That's why. That's what we give you here. We give you easy.
That's what Dave Chappelle said.
Right. Is it?
Yeah.
God damn it.
This is easy. That's why I'm quitting comedy, man. This is easy. All right. So you've seen Wonder Woman.
Right, I haven't, but I do know
this
lady,
from.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah. The actress that plays Wonder Woman was recently spotted playing porn.
Oh, what?
Oh, wait, but no.
But it wasn't her.
It wasn't her.
It was an algorithm used to portray her face. Weird.
So,
speaking of Black Mirror in the future with technology.
Yes. So this is exactly, speaking of Black Mirror. In fact, that first episode that you have watched used this. You remember.
Oh,
the pig fucker episode. Everybody remembers the first episode of Black Mirror. God, it's so fucking brutal.
I didn't finish it, I think, because Amanda had walked in.
Fuck. But you got to the part where you got to see him doing what this is, really.
Oh, dude, it's a weird one.
Okay, so it's not going to fool anyone who looks closely. This is another story from Motherboard, because we are just a funner filter for Motherboard.
Why are these always like incest themed?
Yeah, well,
what the fuck is wrong with?
Okay,
I don't get it, but
okay, so sometimes the face does it. I know, that's odd. It's odd. It's a really odd one to do. But this comes from a Redditor that goes by the name Deepfakes. This guy is not a big special effects studio. This is a private end user. Just it could be you, could be me,
right,
could be you watching right now. Fuck, if you are, hit a like on there. This is quite literally what they did is they took this incest porn video, right, and they just and the stills are actually pretty convincing. The stills are convincing, but if you were to watch it in motion, I'm
sure
you can see where it kind of blurs and things get kind of weird.
So it's like After Effects in a sense, right?
Kind of.
In the sense that they can use this. It's like an Adobe tool. It's the face-to-face algorithm.
Of course it is. So what they did is they put her face on this this brother fucker. This chick boning her brother. This brother fucker. Yeah. Is that?
Yeah.
I want to coin that term.
I couldn't say it any better.
I'm going to coin that term. Matt McDonald coined brother fucker today, January 4th, in the year of our me. So there it is. Right. There's a video, and they put her face up. But what the thing with this is, this guy, he's kind of into, and he was even quoted as saying, is this is no longer rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that somebody... really anybody can play around with this stuff.
Morgan Freeman, dude.
I know, right?
So Gordon Ramsay.
He found a clever way to do a face swap. Right? I mean, we do this stuff all the time, right? For pictures, people are posting them all the time. They're funny, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's kind of what this is, except it's on a video. And so now you've got Gal Gadot's face getting log jammed by her brother.
Yeah.
Or her actor brother.
Sure.
Which I'm sure for her is a bummer because, she's a famous actress and this dude just gets paid to plug stuff.
Right.
Huh. So, and he's done things like this before.
She just had a kiddo too, I believe.
Did she?
Something.
Huh.
I didn't know. I guess she was pregnant during Wonder Woman. Something that Mandolin was telling me, and I looked into it. It was kind of interesting, but
that's pretty amazing.
That was a good movie, actually. Enjoyed it.
So there's a former porn star that's upset because this is, and rightfully so, that takes away their consent. You're putting celebrity faces on brother fuckers all over the country. I kid, but this is a thing that's happening. So it's not, and granted, it's not gonna fool anybody if you sat there and watched it, but then you'd still be watching incest porn.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah. That was one I didn't have to watch. So that's a thing that can be done if you want to get into it's AI, so it's learning machines and math and shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds fun. You know what else is fun, Nick?
Aliens.
Aliens are fun as fuck. I love it. Tom DeLonge, Blink-182 fame. So recently, you know, they published all this UFO stuff. The Department of Defense basically admitted, hey, we got a guy on this. We got a few guys on this UFO thing.
Right.
So we've been doing this shit like nobody knew.
Right.
So tinfoil hats, you know, in the air. So right, and
I love stuff having to do with aliens and UFOs that actually has some merit.
And I do too, and this actually does. And years ago, a few years ago, Tom DeLonge left Blink-182. Well, he kind of got outed from that. They were having some issues, but he completely just quit music, and went full blown into fucking tracking UFOs.
Dude, right
Which, geez, I mean, you were already a rock star. Now you're doing this stuff. I mean. You kind of hate him for it. Just, I mean, you don't get to do all this shit in life.
Me and my girlfriend.
Right. What's my age again, Tom DeLonge? So, basically, he made claims 2 years ago that have a few of them have actually been basically, how do you say it? Geez. Well, they ain't saying they didn't happen. So, these reports that we got on all the Department of Defense UFO stuff, a lot of it actually shows that his claims from a couple years ago hold a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So there's some truth to all this shit where we all just thought he lost his ever loving fucking mind. But there's a whole podcast you can listen to. I mean, it was 2014,
right,
somewhere around there. But you know, some of his claims were the Department of Defense has alien technology, and that was hinted at by the Times. And some of these things were hinted or not confirmed, but some of them were, you know, like the Pentagon doesn't tell us about UFOs because they are dangerous. That's one of his claims. Suggested by Pentagon officials to the New York Times. So, I mean, yes, it's not word for word, and yes, I mean, they're using language like suggested.
Sure.
But here's one of his claims. High-ranking Department of Defense officials like to talk about UFOs at bars. Like actual, not like bullshitting. Like this is a real.
No, for sure.
And this was confirmed.
No, get a couple drinks in them, right? Truth serum.
Fuck it. What else would you talk about, dude? If that was my job, I would never be able to have this job.
Yeah, right.
How could I not tell motherfuckers about UFOs? I mean, brotherfuckers too. I would tell everybody about fucking UFOs. I would not keep my mouth shut. I think it's fucking awesome. So that was confirmed, and it sounds like a lot of his sources are people that ended up talking to the New York Times recently. So
I love how this all ties into Blink-182 in a weird sense because
Blink-182 aliens exist. There's the lyrics. Okay,
look at that.
With Janine, boy, she went downhill. Another
Janine.
porn star. See, it all comes back around.
I didn't even know she was.
Well, yeah, you remember that, right?
I honestly,
she was. Janine was a porn star, big porn
know
star.
that.
So the chick
I
on
didn't
the
even know
cover
her
of
name
that
was
Blink-182 album. Yep, Janine. She was hardcore. Well, not hardcore. I mean, she did a lot of lesbian stuff, a lot of fisting, lots of stuff. But yeah, she
isn't that hardcore?
I think so. I guess I don't know what's hardcore anymore, Nick. I mean, anymore if it's not Bluetooth or Wi-Fi enabled or putting my face on donkey's balls or whatever they're doing next. I don't know what hardcore is anymore. Maybe somebody could help.
I tell you what's hardcore. Letting Oregonians.
Fucking Oregonians are living rough.
Yeah.
Rough. And this is just kind of something we're going to go out on. So they are going to have to start pumping their own gas. Now, Nick, you read into this.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
Well,
here's the thing:
it kind of is a big deal.
Is a big deal. Right?
The reaction is a big fucking deal, right?
The reality is, this rule is in rural areas. Rural. Montrose, Palisade, Grand Junction. Shit.
Well, those are in Colorado.
From 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
6 in the evening to 6 a.m. If you need to get gas,
you can get it yourself.
Right.
You have to self-serve yourself.
Now, for those of you not living in Oregon or New Jersey, this may come as a what the fuck.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They don't pump gas. They don't pump their own gas. Now, I had a friend that I met while I was serving in the Marines that he was from New Jersey.
Mhm.
And we were going away for leave one weekend. And he actually asked me to pump the gas because he didn't know how. He didn't know where anything went. He had no clue because he had never had to learn that.
You know, this makes a lot of sense. I met my grandfather for the first time. Well, really for the first time we met about 4 or 5 years ago, and flew into Portland, and he picked me up, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get some gas," and he pulled in, and I just thought he was a swell guy. Like, "Hey, Jim, hi, how you doing, Craig?"
Yeah.
I'll get your gas for you. All right, man. Sounds, but no, it's a
it's a
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Well, because if we go back years ago, I mean, that was a pretty decent paying job.
Sure.
Service attendant, man. You came out there and you were Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
Well,
Your name probably was Johnny.
Right. So, Sandy Franklin wants us all to know that she doesn't even know how, all caps, to pump gas, and she's 62, native Oregonian. ... I say no thanks. No, thank you, sir.
I don't want to smell like gasoline.
I don't want to smell like gasoline. So Oregonians are losing their shit over the gas pumping, and I mean, yeah. Sorry, Oregon.